TikTok live. What the hell happened? I wanted this. Okay, coolio. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, and I am about to pick out a game to play. I'm not 100% sure what I want. Games 23. I don't want to play that. Is F125 installed? I don't know. It is. Excellent. I think so. We're going to play some F125 here, so that'll be kind of cool. I'm going to click that there. Welcome, everybody. Okay, we're gonna do a quick update. A couple of cool things happened overnight, over the last couple of days. The Mariners have a new backup catcher. They were very, very successful with Mitch Garver the last couple of years, nearly making the playoffs in 2024, and then obviously being basically one game away from the World Series, a couple of outs away from the World Series this year, which unfortunately didn't work out. Mitch Garver, unfortunately, during his time with the Mariners, did, unfortunately, due to bettors and things of that nature, receive threats against his life during the time he was here. So I understand him not wanting to come back to the Mariners. I also understand the Mariners not wanting to tender him a contract either, simply due to the fact that he's a 35-year-old backup catcher. And with that, it's one of those things where you gotta figure out where you want to spend your money, and unfortunately, spending your money on a backup catcher, he was supposed to be our designated hitter, but unfortunately, he batted less than 200 in his first year with the Mariners, and that was not great. I did not realize that on here that whatchamacallit, that this was, what the hell did I buy on Xbox last night? Oh, Game Pass. Game Pass, right. I paid for Game Pass last night. I was like, why is it $32? I paid alone, and then I made um my goal for today is to just hang out, stream, make sure all the settings are working, um do some cameos. I have therapy at 2:45 to 3:30 ish, which is going to be kind of cool. For me, because the last time I had therapy was literally 48 hours after I had 7 teeth removed. Take care of your teeth, kids. Like, yes, I'm drinking soda here, but I'm gonna brush my teeth later today, and then again tonight, and then probably another time. Um, Unfortunately, I went into a pretty deep depression, and also didn't go to the dentist from the time I was in 7th grade until the time I was 26 or 27 years old. It was bad. It was really, really bad. But Janice goes in, does the thing with like the probe, and then she's like, "You got a little bit of gum disease, but it's not the end of the world." I'm like, "Okay," because it wasn't periodontal disease; it was a little bit of gingivitis. And I was like, "Okay, what are we gonna do?" And she said, "I'm gonna give you a cleaning." And I say, "Okay." She goes ahead, the she cleans the teeth, she scales, she does all that. It takes probably about 45 minutes to an hour. She says, "Okay, the doctor's going to come in. We're going to talk about some stuff." And yeah, I said, "Okay, cool." Doctor comes in and says, "Hey, you got some cavities and you got to get 7 teeth removed." I say, "Okay, what's the plan? Can you show me?" Shows me on the x-rays, like, "You got these wisdom teeth up here that are coming in kind of normal, but kind of not, a little bit crowding. And you got these two down on the bottom that are coming in kind of sideways and bony impaction. They got to come out. And when there's ones on the top, stuff none of them on the bottom, take them out. It makes it easier." And then he was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "I know about this one and this one because they broke." And then he was like, "And then you have another one way in the back, right in front of your second molar on the back, um, that broke." And I was like, "Oh, okay, okay." Um, And then he was like, "You got a bunch of cavities in there that we could fix." It was like 5. And I was like, "Okay. When do you want to do that?" He said, "A couple weeks. We can do it in 2 different settings." And I said, "Okay, we'll do the left side of the mouth the first time, the right side the second time." He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I go in, I get those fillings. I go in like 2 weeks later, get more fillings, and everything's good. I get the fillings. He's like, go to see this oral surgeon. I go. He wasn't great, so I had to go see a different oral surgeon, which was fine. Um, And then, unfortunately, just due to the amount of time and patience that the guy had, I had to wait like a year in order to actually get the teeth removed, which sucked. And then last week I had them out, and yeah, 6'7". Duchess the Dictator. Oh my. But yeah, 75 megabytes per second, meaning it's a 4 gig update. I don't understand why it's such a big update. And then there's nonsense with RAM prices right now. I was thinking about getting two 16 gig sticks of RAM, so to go to 48 gigs for the computer, because that would put me in a pretty good spot, and it's $400. I don't have that right now. Like, I don't have that to just spend on RAM. There's other expenses. If I did, I'd be getting it. It would absolutely help with a bunch of stuff. It would help with streaming. It would help with video editing. I also think I'm going to update my GPU or add a second GPU if I can. I don't know if I can actually add a second GPU. I'd like to have two GPUs, but you know, it is what it is. I don't love that. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to go ahead and essentially get monetized on YouTube by January 31st, which I don't know if that's going to be possible because right now I have like 1,800 hours of watch time. And yeah, it's not a lot, but it's not nothing either. Actually, let me pull up my channel analytics. No, my earn. Let's F5 that because that's from yesterday. 1,878 hours of public watch time and 202K public shorts. So not the greatest, not the worst. It's there. Let's go ahead and play some F125. I only have 2 achievements on here. So we're gonna have some fun. Hello, Pillows the Fox Lover. How are we doing today? I'm getting ready, doing some achievement hunting to try to get some gamer score before the end of the year. Just hanging out, really. Not much happening. Formula One today. Actually, I'm gonna pull up the Xbox app real quick to see what the heck. Gamers, what the heck? I'm fairly certain the one I have is Win a Race. Meet the new boss, prepare to drive, tech milestone, race fanatic, complete 25 races. I'm 12% complete. Oh, I haven't even finished 10 races. Okay, okay, I got plenty of gamer score I can gain with this. That's pretty cool. Um, Gamer score is always a fun thing. I like trophy chasing. That's why I mean I have Game Pass for a few reasons. The first reason I actually got Xbox in 2023, and the first reason I got it was so I could play the show MLB the Show 2023 and 10. Yeah, 10 races in Formula One. I just bought. I didn't get this game recently. I bought the game recently, but not too recently. I don't care. I just want to play the game. Let's go into career, driver career. Screw it. Let's do a new career. And let's start from the bottom. Start in F2. Full season. Recommended settings. Official teams only. Okay. Who do I want to be? Let's be Victor Martins. Let's be Victor Martins. Let's just be him. Yeah. Confirm. Look like I'm going to be racing for BWT, which is a water company. They do water, and the fire department likes to steal the water from them. Sammy5436 is not just streaming, chatting game. I don't actually know what Stream Elements does in here. I have it, but I've never actually set it up or anything. Let's hear it for one shot qualifying with the racing line on here at Bahrain. I may have to update the difficulty settings because I may have the AI as too easy. I may have put it on 0 like I always do when I start these games, but this is more just hanging out and chill. Got a message yesterday because I played NASCAR 25, and I went and I was like, well, wait a minute. What achievements don't I have? And one of them was complete an online race, and one was a win an online race. So I created a lobby at Bristol for 3 drivers. Got a guy who was B rated and a guy who was F rated. The F rated guy could barely keep up. And the B rated guy, I crashed him. And then he sent me a message, F you jerk. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. That is totally fair, but I just wanted the achievement because I don't play these games online. I don't enjoy the experience of racing games online. I don't think they're fun, like at all. I genuinely don't think an online racing game is fun. I like to just sit here, race against the artificial intelligence, which is true AI, not generative AI. I don't like generative AI at all. I got forced to use it in grad school to make art multiple times, and it was just so frustrating that that happened, and I crashed out. I hardcore crashed out on the professors who did it and the dean of the school, and it was a whole thing, and I was not happy whatsoever about it. Um, but it is what it is, you know. Had to send another email to a professor about some stuff because I was like, yeah, no, this is unacceptable. Had to send one to a professor for next semester, being like, hey, what are your thoughts on generative AI? Here are mine. Oh, that's interesting. So right now in what's it called? In Edge, I have the TikTok live opening. It says note that closing this page may disrupt your live, and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. All right, it's me, Andreas Kimi Antonelli from Prema. Ooh, by the way, I'm gonna do this cool thing where if I am live and you purchase a cameo while I'm live, I will do the cameo while I'm live. Obviously, during a race or a game, what'll happen is you purchase it, and then at the end, I look and see if there's any notifications, and I do the cameo for you. And it's kind of a cool thing. They're only $3. I've been doing it for a little while because I am genuinely happy that I've got about 100,000 followers around all. I'm considering making a Discord server, but I would need mods, and I don't have that right now. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's a thinking about it. Yep, I'm gonna have to update the AI to a little bit more difficult, just simply due to the fact that I am currently leading by 1 second, and yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. I am absolutely gonna have to fix that, unfortunately. I'm considering getting it to TTS, but I don't know how to integrate it into this. I think it would be a cool thing to have, but I also don't 100% know what would happen with all of that. Like right now, can somebody tell me if there's an echo? If anybody's in here, tell me if there's an echo, because for a while when I've been using Streamlabs, I've had an echo, but I believe I fixed the settings last night to fix the echo. Um, which, if that's the case, that's a really good thing because it'll allow me to do a few things. But I'm not 100% sure what the best way to do it because I plan on doing like a reaction video later to another video. That makes sense. I was planning on doing a reaction video to Andrew Ditch, and unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure what settings I would need for that. Um, but that's something we'll learn as we go. I've been getting an editing. I got an editing software. I got Premiere Pro for half off for Black Friday, which was nice. It's only $35 a month. Unfortunately, I couldn't justify buying it for the year, simply due to the fact that if I decide that I hate it, I don't want to be stuck with it for a year. Whereas I could just cancel it later on. This is a pretty good racetrack, Bahrain here. Um, I don't know if Bahrain Short Circuit is in this game. I know it's in the 2021 version of the game. which is nice that that's the case. Bahrain Short was pretty cool. Remember, that was George Russell's first start in a Mercedes because Lewis missed Grand Prix with COVID um, in 2020, and then and then 2021. Max and Lewis had their huge battle. Max and Lewis have actually got pretty similar statistics since 2016, which is astonishing to me that that's the case. I saw an infographic the other day that said they have the same number of race wins, and I think no, Max has four championships. Lewis has five in the same time. Lewis won 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Max won 2021, 22, 23, and 24. Oh no, they're both four. Lewis had the 2008 championship and then the 14-15. 14-15, 08, 14-15, 17, 18, 19, because remember, Rosberg won that championship in 2016 with all of that nonsense. Still a Mercedes championship was kind of cool for that to have happened. Wee! Wee, 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 wee! Martha Dumbtruck in the flesh. Showing up here took some guts. I love Heathers the Musical. One of the best musicals I've seen in a while. I watched it on Roku. No, I watched an official production of it from Roku on YouTube, which I think was actually. Oh, sweet. I have to achieve a lap time of 148.827. These are like the dynamic goals that show up in MLB The Show in Road to the Show, which is kind of cool. I really like that because it shows you like how you're doing. I know in Road to the Show though, even on the most difficult difficulty, what ends up happening is you end up being like the greatest of all time. I have 1,400 hits and 1,000 strikeouts as a two-way player through 2 1/3 seasons. Oh wait, no. No, I don't, because I won Rookie of the Year in my first season, even though I didn't have a full year of service time. I was awarded a full year of service time as per the CBA. If you win Rookie of the Year, you are awarded a full year of service time in Major League Baseball, which is kind of cool. You also have those prospect promotion incentives, which is really cool as well. I genuinely love those. Makes me very excited about the way things are happening with everything. We got plenty of stuff coming up this week. I should definitely achieve that lap time. I'm 20 seconds ahead. Oh my god, I was 7 seconds ahead of it no matter what. But yeah, I'll achieve that lap time. This week coming up, we got a really good Thursday night football game tomorrow. Really excited about that. Then we got Bills Browns, which is going to be an interesting game. I believe the Bills can clinch a playoff spot this week with a win and plus a Houston and Indianapolis loss or a Houston and Indianapolis game, each ending in a tie, which the likelihood of the Bills winning is very high. The likelihood of the Colts losing is yes and no. And then the likelihood of the Texans losing is pretty high. They're the Texans. Unfortunately, the Colts are playing 44-year-old Philip Rivers. We've been hearing that there's like a big quarterback problem in the National Football League right now. Whittle Toof, thank you for following. Thank you for the follow over on TikTok. Absolutely appreciate it. I'm gonna crash. I don't want to crash. It's one of those things where, yeah. What was I saying before that? I had I also got a message, but it looks like it was just an announcement for the Foam Sword LARPing group I'm in. Thank you for the heart hands. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate the heart hands. Love them. Thank you for the likes over on TikTok. Let's see how we can do here. What I need to do is I need to get a set of headphones so that way I can actually I have headphones somewhere so I can do reaction videos and stuff. 206 coins. Thank you, Catsy, for the 3. Thank you, Whittletooth, for the 203. Absolutely appreciate that. Yeah, best day ever. Well, maybe not. I got therapy. We'll know how things go after therapy. I mean, therapy should be fine. I've just gotten a message that says "What the fuck" from a friend of mine, so I need to see it. We'll take a look at it in a minute. But yeah, that's really not good. Yeah, when it just pops up with "What the fuck," you know it's probably bad. So I'm gonna finish this race. Go ahead and check my notifications, see if anybody got a cameo or anything like that. Thank you all for tuning into this part of the race. But yeah, the next race I think is going to be the Bahrain Long because I did the full season and I feel like this is the sprint. What kind of tires do I got on? Softs. Absolutely love getting messages that just say "What the fuck" at 2 in the morning or at 10 in the morning, 11 in the morning. Definitely doesn't cause me to panic. We love panicking. Oh my god! It's my friend, and we go to school together. And she got an email: win $500 for your AI video skills. Ready to turn sound into spectacle. If you're experimenting with AI video tools or want a reason to push them further, this is your moment. We're inviting student creators to reimagine the only human audiobook trailer and transform it into a cinematic, high-impact, AI-generated video experience. The current trailer is audio only. Your challenge is to bring it to life visually using AI video tools. Hybrid workflows or any creative approach you choose. Listen to the official Only Human audio trailer, then create a compelling video trailer that matches its tone, emotion, and intensity. Think cinematic pacing, strong visual storytelling, and posits. Use any tools you like: Sora, Runway, Pika, Veo, or a custom workflow that blends AI with. What the hell? No! We are not doing AI video. No! Just no! No, 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 no! What the actual fuck? If you guys hold on a second, I gotta check my email to make sure I got this email too, because this is just not okay. I'm not gonna enter to win this $500. Revenge submission. Yume Anime presents your anime hot takes. What day is this? March 10th. Okay, cool. Oh my god! You don't even want to know how angry I am right now that my university just sent us a thing saying, go make AI video. I am straight up just pissed. Sorry about that, TikTok guys. I actually ended up opening my video editing software by accident, which was not what I intended to do. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? AI video from a university, from an R1 research university, wants us to go and do AI? You don't know how angry I am right now. This is just genuinely unacceptable. Like what? So like last year, no, it wasn't even last year yet. Last semester, the spring semester of last year, I had a course called Digital Video Literacy Learning, which was just basically like how to use video in an ELA classroom. Basically, how to get students to, like, instead of responding in an essay, respond via video, which I wasn't a great fan of it, but I understood the perspective of taking the class. Because, yes, maybe sometimes by, like, you have a student who struggles to write, so you offer this as a scaffolding tool. You offer this as a scaffolding tool of, this is how you build up to the response of building the essay. You show them how, like, the idea of, like, building a storyboard, building a script, and then they can take the stuff in the script that they used for the video to make the damn essay. You could use it as a scaffolding tool. I understood that, but no, this was about replacing the traditional essay, which a lot of you guys don't know this, but essay is just, like, it's a Latin word meaning to explore. Um, and unfortunately, that's why you have an intro, a bunch of body paragraphs, and a conclusion. You give them an idea, then you explore the idea with the body paragraphs, and then you conclude what the idea is. You tell them what you're going to tell them, you tell them what you're telling them, and then you tell them what you told them. Is kind of a thing with the essays. And unfortunately, just the way things are going, I'm not very happy. But we had a video assignment, which was to make anything we wanted that was 5 minutes or less long, but we had to make a storyboard first. And I was going to do, just a day in the life. And that's what I ended up doing. But he made us use AI for the storyboard. He made us use Copilot for AI for the storyboard. And it was just ridiculous. I crashed out. I crashed out hard. Like, no, I crashed out hard. I went to the dean. I flipped out. Turned out later on, I found out he was actually using the class as us as research participants, which is actually a crime, to use people as research study participants without their consent. But we're working on that. The institutional review board is investigating all that. But now, a $500 prize to make a AI video. This is just absolutely wrong that the university is doing that. It's wrong. It's just wrong. I hate it. You just earned some rewards points. Collect them now. Oh yeah, my 15 minutes of playing a game. Here in Saudi Arabia, you remember in 2022, the drivers nearly stopped the race due to missiles and explosions, which was not good. It's Martins, Hajar, Bortolello, Antonelli, Miata. Or is that I can't actually tell what that driver's name is. But yeah, I'm very, very angry. I don't get it. I understand that, like, there was a big donation of, like, endowment to the university for AI, and they got a bunch of money for it. But they're pushing it into everything. They're pushing it into education. The grad school of education is one of the biggest ones that's using AI, and it's just not okay, in my opinion, at all. Um, the English department has undergrad classes called AI literacy. I'm pretty sure the med school's using a little bit of AI, which in some senses the med school using AI makes sense because, like, if there's stuff that, like, allows you to use like, if there's an actual AI that's like, I can identify breast cancer 5 years earlier than humans can, let's actually use that. Or if it's something that's like, I can identify. There was the one in Japan that was meant to identify croissants or something that actually ended up being really good at identifying cancer, and that's a fine one. But AI art, they're killing artists, and this is a school that literally has a building on it called the Center for Fine Arts, offers over 100 degrees in fine arts, in the Bachelor's of Fine Arts program, the Master's of Fine Arts programs. They are destroying themselves from within. And then on top of this, look at how much money it costs to get RAM. Almost $400 for RAM. My goal today on Cameo is $400 so I can buy some RAM. Like, legitimately, that's why my goal today is $400. I want to buy RAM. I don't think I'm getting any RAM because it'll probably be $600 tomorrow, and it's ridiculous what's going on with RAM. Although I do hope that it does lead to some gamers to redo the things that they change, to redo things and make it so that there's not as much bloatware. And honestly, like, there's so much bloatware everywhere. Like, why is Microsoft Word using almost 500 megabytes of RAM some days? Like, why is Chrome using? I mean, Chrome uses so much RAM because it is the fastest web browser. Remember, Chrome's the fastest, Edge is the worst, and Firefox is the safest because it's open source. Although I suppose you could also say that about Opera, which would be kind of cool. But I don't use Opera. I only use Chrome. I only use Chrome or Firefox because I'm just in the Chrome ecosystem, been for years, and I don't feel like learning a new one. And honestly, Firefox is basically just Chromium, which with some slightly better security features and slightly worse user UI, which is fine. But I am just so angry about this artificial intelligence thing, and I think I'm going to make a video putting the university on blast later because it's unacceptable that we're doing something like this. It is just genuinely unacceptable. Why are we doing this? I don't get it. I don't get it. And a $500 prize, which, to be fair, the club that I'm a part of could use the money, but we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it because we don't want that kind of money. We're all anti-AI, except for like the one guy who's the computer guy, but he's coming around to be against AI, and we're kind of learning that. Like, the other day we did a search. The thing we have here is we don't know if octopi can get Down syndrome, but based on the knowledge that one of my friends have, I used Firefox years ago, but haven't for a long time. Same with Opera GX. Yeah, Lord Duffel. I usually use Chrome now. Every once in a while, like right now, I'm being forced to use Edge because I'm streaming on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. And so because of the way that TikTok Studio works, it opened it in Edge. I don't know why, but it just happened, and I don't feel like spending the time to fix it. Especially because, like, what am I doing right now? Just driving an F2 car and hanging out for like an hour and a half. Because streaming's fun. The one browser. Thanks. I don't. Oh, this is a tutorial. That's a tutorial. I just crashed my car a little bit. Not too bad. I crashed my car into the front door. Actually, the place I live, my entire adult life, even probably sometimes I was a kid, but I didn't hear it as much, people have been driving their cars into the front door of buildings. In fact, actually, 13 years ago now, I was working at Sears. Also, hello, how are you? I sent hello before, but I got stopped by Automod. You know what probably happened? You probably put hell and then space O or something. Or it probably did something dumb and thought you said hell and said that was a curse word. I'm doing pretty good. I got therapy coming up in, 3 hours? I got 7 teeth pulled 17 days ago, and I got dry socket, which was no fun. But that's coming out right now. Yeah, the Automod is interesting because I don't know how to actually fix it on here. I think I'm using Streamlabs, which is a thing that's interesting. I'm not 100% sure the best way to make things work, but we'll learn as we go. Because like there's another platform I stream on that's totally different than this, that I use OBS on, but I prefer Streamlabs because it allows me to go to multi-platform. And as I go to multi-platform, I can go to more people, I can get more viewers, things of that nature. I streamed way back in 2020 and 2021, and then I sort of stopped. And then in 2022, I went back to college and got a job, so I had like no time to make content or anything. And then on top of that, I became an alcoholic, so I was always drinking. Like I was literally drunk for most of the end of 2022 and the first part of 2023. Then I quit the job in 2023. Um, Finished my understandable. Yeah, finished up my degree, my bachelor's degree in December of 2024. Started my master's in January 2025, and there's a bunch of situations with that, but I should finish it this semester coming up in May or June. I should finish it up then, and with that, that'll be great. Um, Super excited to see that with the way that goes because there's plenty of fun stuff you can do with a master's degree. For a little while, every on and off, I've worked for Uber with the rental program, which is stunk. Most of my income this year came from both Uber, obviously financial aid coming in helped out a bunch, and then some social media, and then what's it called? Cameo. Made about $1,100 on Cameo this year, which is just bloody amazing. But the reason for that is because it's $3, and so it's just throw them in money. You get a paycheck Friday, you're like, yeah, I can spend $3 on Cameo, or you just got an extra $3 on something, and it's like, all right, sweet. And then I get it. 24-hour delivery costs like $4.99 or something like that, and I get $343.46 of it. Um, so I actually did the math. If I wanted to go and do Uber again and have it be so that the cost was paid by other things, I would need to make 118 cameos per week, or about 17 a day at the $3.46 mark. Um, which would be kind of cool because it costs $400 for the rental for a week. And we in New York, we get a minimum pay of $27.58 per week, or per hour that we're booked, which is pretty cool because $27.58 an hour times 40 is just under 1,100. Telling my friend that I crashed out on stream when I saw our message about the AI. Another friend just saw the message. Yeah, the Uber thing's kind of interesting. So I did it for 5 weeks this in September, and then Grandpa kind of died, and I got depressed, and I was not functional. Which, to be fair, I think that's the appropriate reaction when Grandpa died. It's like he died. That's where you originally see my content. Nice. I gotta figure out how to log into Instagram on here, um, and then stream on there too. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'll do that tomorrow or the next day. It's one of those things where Instagram is one of the weird. Instagram is weird, and when I say weird, I mean like legitimately it is weird. Like we want video content, but not if it's over 3 minutes long, we won't recommend it. So sometimes I'll make a video that's like talking into my phone that's 3 minutes and 2 seconds long, because then it counts as not a short but a video on YouTube if it's vertical. Yeah, vertical. And then I have to like edit it for Instagram with the speed, which is fine. But it's like, just let me put the 182-second video up and recommend it to people so that it sounds good. And it's like, come on. Yeah, it's definitely sad and depressing. Yeah, I'm sorry that you only got to meet one of yours. I actually met both of my mom's parents, and her mom is still alive. I met my dad's mom, and I actually met my dad's grandma too. So I had a great grandparent alive when I was born, and then she died when I was fourth grade, 2004, fifth grade actually, in the fall of 2004 at the start of fifth grade. That was pretty interesting because there ended up being a rumor started by the school after I missed a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There was some sort of something on that. I missed like 4 days, and they were like, "Oh, um, she died," and I'm like, "What?" I came back and my desk was all cleaned out. And they had like a memorial on it, and I was so scared. I didn't know what was going on. I think I might play some 2K in a few minutes because that's a fun game. I actually just got 2K26. Excuse me. Um, which is what, the first 2K I got since 20. Well, I got 2022 on the Switch, but that's just because um I was like, I needed a game on the Switch and it was on sale for $9. So I was like, okay, I'm getting 2K. But yeah, 2019 I think was the last 2K I played on Xbox, PlayStation. Um, because I like playing like the My Career stuff, but unfortunately they never let you drop down like the difficulty, and I didn't want to play on Hall of Fame or anything. I wanted to play on like the difficulty that let me actually play, like how I do in MLB The Show, where the difficulty is a little bit lower, but and I earn less coins that I can use to make the player better, which is fine. But with 2K, they didn't want to do that, and now they finally did this either last year or this year. And with that, I am so happy that I can actually finally now play 2K. We here are in Argentina for the Argentinian Grand Prix, also known as Melbourne, Australia. 2K is basketball, and MLB The Show is baseball. Um, I play a lot of baseball on the Switch. It's just been like a super fun thing to do is just sit down, relax, play MLB The Show on the Switch, just to like just knock out some home runs and do that. Especially when I'm stressed or after the Mariners have a bad game. I am considering doing streaming some Mariners games, but I don't know. There's 162 of them a year. Obviously, there's that week in April where I wouldn't, just due to the simple fact that I will be in a hotel for a week. Gotta make, what is that? That's $1,400 for that, for the hotel that I want to get. But that includes $50 to the restaurants every day in order to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, which is nice. And I'd be out 2 days a week. That's through the convention that I help run with the club. Essentially, I just need to be so close to where it is, and the commute's too long that it makes it easier to just do it that way. Is Oz a banned word by Automad? I actually think yes, Australia is banned. I've got to go check on my Automod. I think Australia is banned because when I went viral back in 2021 for saying that Australia isn't real and they're all paid actors living in Argentina, people were being really rude about it. And I think I just never took it off. So I'm going to actually probably go into my Twitch settings later. DRS is enabled. Yeah, DRS. There's a couple of other games that I want to play. I've been thinking about playing Kingdom Hearts. I've recently played Bayonetta 1 and 2, which was fun. And then I have the Bayonetta Origins, and I'm going to get Bayonetta 3 soon. Hack and slashes are fun. I thoroughly enjoy hack and slashes because what ends up happening with the hack and slash is you just get to hack and slash things, and it feels good. I think today, my goal for today, obviously after therapy, and then I got to do some other stuff later tonight. So I should be back up here by 6, maybe 7, 6, 7. And I also think I'm gonna. I was saying I was there, and Automod was like, "Not in this chat." Oh, that's awesome. Also, it's like midnight over there, right? Well, between what 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Plus, you got that weird time zone with the 1:30, with the 30 in I think Queensland. Not to say we don't have weird time zones over here in America. America is a very, very strange place sometimes. Like Phoenix, Arizona does not recognize daylight savings time, which is pretty interesting. We have a few places that want to abolish daylight savings time, which is like, okay, what are we doing? We have a few places that are like almost 4 a.m. Oh my god. One of my um one of my friends who's an artist just messaged, "This is a crime," and I'm like, yeah. This is in response to the AI nonsense, the university being like, make an AI video. Yeah, it absolutely is a crime. Just a crime that they're going to pay you $500 to make AI. The amount of just data that's going to be required and water and everything that's going to be required for that. And you know people are going to be interested in entering because they're broke college students. Actually, I was on the university's Reddit page the other day just checking to see who was there asking questions, and somebody said recent graduates, and since I'm a recent graduate with my bachelor's degree, Adelaide's the weird one, the 30 minutes. Okay, that's 30 minutes behind. Right, right. And somebody said, recent graduates, how are you making your money? And I'm like, well, I make it from social media, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Cameo, Battle Pass. That's the one that I got to do some filming for over the next, or filming and photography for over the next couple of days. My goal in 2025 or 2026 on the Battle Pass is to have something uploaded every day, which will mean that I'm going to have to do some stuff over the next few weeks to get some backlog. That's also my goal on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, is to have something uploaded every day and to make money on all of them. And also Twitch is to stream a couple days a week, make money on there. My goal is to make money doing content creation while also potentially looking for a job, probably looking for a job. It's strange that a college would promote AI, considering I feel like a lot of colleges are having issues with fraudulent AI work being handed on the regular. Oh yeah, the fact that my grad class professor was like, "Yeah, make a storyboard using AI," I crashed out hard. It was such a crash out. It was one of the worst crash outs. One of the worst crash outs of my life. I had some pretty bad crash outs. Um, Not World of T-shirts level, other than that one time when I, in a now deleted video, went off on Aaron Rodgers while I was drunk after the Packers came to town to play the Bills. And I was at the train station after work, drunk off my ass, and yeah. I deleted that video. I deleted that video because I was like, yeah, no, this is unacceptable and unbecoming of a human. I'm honestly surprised Aaron Rodgers hasn't tried to sue me, just simply due to the fact of the amount of times I've called him Satan, and then Patrick Mahomes with the Waffle House. It'd be hilarious if they ever tried to sue me. I'd be like, Your Honor, no reasonable person believes that Aaron Rodgers is the Antichrist. And then Aaron Rodgers would probably be like, well, Your Honor, I am the Antichrist. And then the judge would be like, case dismissed. It's not libel. It's not libel if it's true. And then Aaron Rodgers would crash out and probably, like, I don't know, eat the judge. That would be funny. Why does my ear have ringing in it? That's not good. That was really, really weird. I might have to go to the doctor about that. Okay, it ended. It ended. You should have looked. W ideal pine? What? Like an ideal pine tree? Is that like the ideal gas law? You should re-upload that if you have it. Someone would probably agree with what you just said. Yeah, oh no, I'm definitely gonna. Actually, you're on Twitch. Can you clip it? I'm not a partner or an affiliate, but yeah. But I'm definitely going to upload that as a separate thing shortly. I think that would be hilarious. Uh, yeah, very, very interesting to see a few things. Nothing going on in the TikTok chat right now. We are about to come to the checkered flag. Checkered flag waving, it's over. It's Earnhardt. 2014 Daytona 500. Mike Joyce called to the finish. Well, actually, it was Big Crash behind them. Here they come. Checkered flag waving, it's over. It's Earnhardt. Wide Alpine. Oh, actually, it's not actually an Alpine. It's a Why is it a three? There's two different ones. I have the horizontal and the vertical, so you can go to YouTube and it'll give you the other one. Let me check something here over on YouTube real quick. I had to move my browser real quick. Let me check something. So like live, what it says right now is that I've had 4 views on the one and 14 on the other. Like on the one where it's horizontal, I've had 5 views, which is nothing. What did I just do? Oh, come on, great things. I wanna be the very best. Like no pony ever ponied. To pony is my real pony. To train them is my pony. I will travel across the pony, searching for a pony. Each pony to understand. The pony that's inside. I'm going to do one more race, then I think switch over to 2K for a little bit. Play a couple of games of either my career or my G. I think I'm going to do my GM. I think I'm going to have some fun with my GM and do like a making the Warriors back into a dynasty type thing. That could be kind of cool. Actually, yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to play a couple games of my GM. I'm going to start a my GM and everything because we're in a pretty rough spot there in Golden State. Not the worst, obviously, but once Steph and Draymond retire, Steph and Draymond are pretty much. Well, Steph I know is going to the Hall of Fame, most career 3-pointers, Finals MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP, unanimous MVP, 73-9. All of that. Steph is definitely going in the Hall of Fame, and I think he should be unanimous. Draymond, I don't know. He's got the character issues, and he's also got the issues of a whole bunch of other stuff. Clay, I think, should be at least considered. KD, with a couple of rings, yeah. Other than that, other people from this generation of players who are definite Hall of Famers, obviously, LeBron, the minute he retires, should go into the Hall of Fame. He shouldn't be subject to the 5-year waiting period. He should go immediately into the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame. Is this Spa? Obviously, like I respect LeBron and I hate LeBron because I'm a Warriors fan, 73-9. But on top of that, I don't know if you guys know who Andrew Ditch is. I clipped it. Not sure how good it came out. Twitch changed the way you clip things now, so it's a new experience with that. Nice. I'll take a look at it in a little bit and try to upload it onto YouTube and Insta in a little bit after I finish stream. The other thing though with what's it called with so I don't know if you guys know who Andrew Ditch is, but Andrew Ditch is this guy who fakes autism and wears diapers and all sorts of stuff. I'm probably going to do a live stream about him later on just YouTube. Because honestly, the other platforms, I don't think it's appropriate to talk about him. But in 2016, during the Western Conference Finals, I ended up in the mental hospital after having a little bit of a mental breakdown. And Andy was there. He was feeding his family some poison. Yes, it was worse than that, yeah. It was worse than that. But yeah, he was there, and he was making the mental hospital horrible. And I hated it. Thankfully, he left. Meanwhile, we got the basketball game on. Western Conference Finals. Thunder Warriors. Warriors are down. Thunder blow a 3-1 lead. And I'm like, okay, Warriors are going to the finals. I like the Warriors. We go. Everything's good. And then we blow a 3-1 lead. And I'm like, you know what? This was the only thing that could have made this year worse was LeBron beating us. And then LeBron beat us. And I'm like, ah! But yeah, Andy was literally always on the phone, screaming at people, demanding to talk to people. Thankfully, I got discharged pretty quickly, within like 60 hours, which was nice. No, not 60 hours, 40 hours. It was just kind of nice. The problem was it took them so long to get to people. You've seen a few videos about him. I've seen probably 300 hours worth of stuff about him. And actually, a friend of mine wants to watch the 5.5 hour long Mr. Beefy video, well, playlist about Andrew Ditch. Um, it goes over the entire timeline, which is very, very interesting because obviously it added to Beefy's watch time. And Mr. Beefy makes money on YouTube, which is fine. You know, making money on YouTube is totally cool. But like going over 5 hours, computer 4,000 divided by 5.
4,000 divided by 5 is 800.
You only needed 800 people to watch the video, the playlist in its entirety, one time to get to 4,000 hours of watch time, which is wild to think about, but pretty cool too. What the hell racetrack is this? Qatar Airways, MSC Cruises. I want to go on a cruise at some point. I don't know when or where. I would cruise. I want to go on like a 21-day cruise. Like New York City to Seattle or something. Basically, the ideal cruise itinerary for me would be leave from New York City, end up in Seattle, and then go and catch some Mariners games so that I can have a couple of experiences like that, which would be epic and based and amazing, but I don't think that's happening this year because of the amount of money cruises cost, as well as the amount of money that Mariners games cost and all that. You should go on Spirit to Tasmania and treat it like a trip to Argentina. That would be amazing, but I don't know if Spirit flies international anymore because they're kind of bankrupt. They ran out of money. Spirit Airlines ran out of money. They 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 ran out of money. Go to Sydney. Go to Sydney. Be like, hey, I'm here in Argentina at the Sydney Opera House. Actually, like, book the Sydney Opera House to do, like, stand-up or something. Oh, Spirit to Tasmania is a cruise here. Oh, that sounds fun. Ooh. I was thinking of Spirit Airlines in the United States, which is a budget airline that low-key sucks. Because they ran out of money. Not only did they run out of money, they ran out of, like, they're going to run out of planes, spend less than 1 second off the track. Okay. It appears that I have spent time off track the last few laps, so we're going to see how this goes. Let's not go off track. Let's not go off track. I want to be an American idiot like no one ever was. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Don't want to be a Canadian idiot. Bunch of beer swill and hockey nuts. Weird Al did a parody of American Idiot years ago. I think this was like 2007, 2006. It's a pretty good parody. Always love to see what Weird Al does, but the fact that he recently did Killing in the Name of without a parody, just did a straight cover of it, scared the shit out of me. Like, genuinely scared the shit out of me. Also, the ramen place by my house used AI art the other day. And I was thinking about getting some ramen, and now I'm not. It's ridiculous what they're doing. The AI nonsense is just not okay. It kills artists. It kills creativity. I have to go ahead and respond to this message. This is from my actual, like, formal stuff that I have to do. This is from a cosplayer for the convention, so I got to talk to her and be like, hey, email these people. I love doing cosplay, but I don't make my own cosplay, so I don't do, like, judging or anything. I just do the play part of the costume play. I do that, which is fun. I was Veronica Sawyer at the last cosplay event I went to, which was super super fun. I loved that. Um, I didn't go to the cosplay masquerade ball that they had because I was like too busy running a different event. But I have an idea. I have an idea here. But I'm gonna have to respond to this message real quick. Super easy message. Be like, yes, send email here. Um, oh, I got a raid invitation. What's going on for raid? Is today? What type of genre cosplay do you like the most? Honestly, sexy cosplay because I like doing that. Although, obviously Veronica, you don't do sexy cosplay because she's 17. Um, but the way the actual like I just did a regular Veronica. But the way that she's portrayed, it's fun playing somebody like her who has like a redemption arc. So you can start off the day like being, and then you can go become a mythic bitch, and then you go become like the redeemer, which is kind of fun. If this person actually works out the way I want it to, we might save money. Saving money would be good. We always love saving money. We love saving money, especially because I spent it all. I spent so much money this year. Over $50,000 on the event. All right, message sent. A local cosplayer just reached out to me on Instagram asking about cosplay guests, so I told her to email us and cosplay to see. I agree, but the university for some reason seems to love AI. My friend has dachshunds. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures to show you, but my friend has a couple of dachshund twin. I don't know if they're litter mates or what, but she's got dachshunds. I have a cattle dog and a cat, an Australian cattle dog that's actually mixed with Chihuahua and Siberian Husky. Um, Interestingly, because she likes having a job to do, she will not always be like wild for me because sometimes I get like stressed and upset. So she just takes her job to be make me feel better, which is so freaking cool. We play sometimes and all that, yeah. which is really nice that that happens. Looking at TikTok Studio here. Did I forget to? Oh my God, I forgot to hit post earlier. I want to look at my analytics real quick on TikTok. I had, what was that? 194,000 views on the 15th. Yeah, 76th on the 9th. Let's F5 that. Yeah, thankfully it wasn't my money. It was like the club's money. Let's go to 2K. Let's go to 2K. We're gonna play some 2K. We're gonna play 2K. Looking at Cameo. No orders. No wallet balance. 26 followers. 5-star review. Let's go to my NBA. Enter my NBA. I want to do a my GM. Just GM as the current Warriors. Very nice. I have a ginger cat and a Rottweiler. Ooh. There's 3 times of variation. We can redeem it in sandbag modes after completion. Ooh. Okay. Be an ex-player. Continue. What? Oh, and perk points. Continue. Okay. Quality gameplay difficulty will be. Okay. I guess it's going to be All-Star. And I'm going to beat Golden State. Yes. I don't know how this is going to go because what? Oh, this is delicious. She's a blue healer. Here's some of the major changes happening in this era. FIBA tournament, NBA Cup added, All-Star game, blah, blah, blah. Start off season. I want to make a bunch of arena. Actually, no. What you do is you lower the ticket prices and you increase the concession prices. Clay Campbell actually taught this at Martinsville Speedway. Hot dogs there are still $2. Oh, they are beautiful dogs. I love them. Jersey retirements: Tony Allen, Andre Iguodala, Vince Carter, and Michael Cooper. Draft lotto. Let's see who wins the draft lottery. Skip. Yeah. Nah, Spurs, Sixers, Hornets, Jazz, Wizards. This is just how it was in the staff signing. Next. Everything okay, sir? Steph's my goat. He's on the book for 2 more years. Honestly, I'm just going to go all the way to advance to next season because none of this really matters. Honestly, this is actually kind of boring, so I'm actually going to say goodbye for the day. Thank you all for hanging out. We'll go ahead and talk to you later.